Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve, where we are creating Satoshi millionaires, one family at a time, one day at a time, one Bitcoin at a time, one Satoshi at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, that means you. I am your host, Najah Roberts, and it is my mission in life to lead my people out of financial slavery. I don't just do this show to change the way you think about money, but I do this show to change the way you look at money and everything else around you. Today is Thursday, March 16th, 2023, and we have a couple of cryptopians who have birthdays today. We have Herb Zamore, we have Irving Worthy, and to each of you, I would like to say happy birthday to you. I hope that this day is absolutely incredible. I hope that this day is filled with love, joy, peace, and happiness, and everything else you are wishing for on this day. If you'd like to get a shout out on your birthday and you are a Cryptopian, please send me a text message to 424-317-7373. Again, that number is 424-317-7373. And we are also celebrating Women's History Month, and we are honoring women who crypto. And today our honoree is Connie Gillespie, and she is the founder of BitGive, and she founded this in 2013. And it is the first government recognized Bitcoin nonprofit, and she is a pioneer of this organization. She is leveraging Bitcoin and blockchain technology via practical applications for humanitarian work and in developing worlds. Connie has also worked in the nonprofit organization sector for over 15 years. And again, we want to salute the women that crypto in this space. Today, my quote is a little bit different than what you normally hear, but today I am going to play a clip, which is going to be my quote, and then we're going to talk about it. There are so many interesting things happening around CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and I want you all to listen in and hear what's happening around the world. So listen close.
My views on CBDCs, and you know that I have pushed that project. Fabio Panetta is working hard on that together with members in the entire Eurosystem, with a high-level task force that is working really hard on moving forward. But in a way, I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play and the role that central bank digital currency can have when they are implemented. We have a schedule, as you know. We decided, the Governing Council decided back in October 21 to launch a 2-year investigation phase. And it is at the end of that investigation phase that the decision will definitely be made to launch the CBDC and to make it a reality. We can't go wrong with that project. I'm confident that we will move ahead, but that's going to be a decision of the Governing Council. I think it's an imperative to respond to what the Europeans expect, and I think we have to be a little bit ahead of the curve if we can on that front. So if we can accelerate the work, I hope we can accelerate the work. I will certainly support that. And I was delighted to see that in the United States, there was an executive order by President Biden to actually expect similar effort and focus and progress on CBDCs, cryptos. And I think that it will take all the goodwill of those who want to support sovereignty, who want to make sure that monetary policy can be transmitted properly using our currency will endeavor. On the issue of financial stability, I totally concur with my Vice President, De Guindos, but I will also point you to the last sentence in the first paragraph of our monetary policy statement. And I know that there's been an abuse of that, but we mean it. We will take whatever action is needed to fulfill the ECB's mandate to pursue price stability and to safeguard financial stability.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. That was the president of the European central banks, and they are really honing in and getting ready to implement those central bank digital currencies. And you know, we've been talking about this for a while, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely nothing new at all. We want to make sure that our community is well aware of what's happening again in the macro so that you know how to govern yourself in the micro in today. And so today, what we're going to spend some time talking about are the four laws of winning financially. And we're going to talk about this from a different perspective. We're going to talk about this first, what it is, but then we're going to talk about how this will affect us or what you need to do or what I am doing in the cryptocurrency space, in the Bitcoin space, in the gold space to make sure that we're doing things practical. Remember, I am always standing on the foundation of what you do today affects what happens to you in the future. And so, as we pull out our chessboards, as I've stated several times, we're going to really start to hone in and sort of reiterate the things that we need to be doing, the mindsets that we need to be taking and having in order to be on the other side of money. There are going to be two classes of people in this country, the haves and the have nots. The middle class is disappearing. And if we are going to be the haves, we have got to start taking the mindset and the stance that those that have are already utilizing and ingraining in their regular everyday lives. And so we're going to talk about these four laws of winning when we come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about today's show, and I hope you are too. When we come forward, this is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, welcome forward. Welcome forward. We are going to jump right in. As I stated, we are starting to learn a lot about the financial situation that we're in this country, and really just trying to ensure that our community is safe first and foremost. So, what I've come up with are 4 laws of winning financially. And one of the first laws that I am submitting to each and every one of you is the earning law. The earning law is actually a fundamental rule of wealth creation that states that all human wealth comes from the work of the human mind. It's really simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You use your mind to create something of value that will lead to financial gain. Whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are an employee, you really need to understand this law because it can open up a world of possibilities when it comes to creating income. And so, how should you actually put this into practice? Well, by identifying the skills or knowledge that you have, it can be used to generate money. Maybe you're great at web design or coding or writing some sort of periodical or copy, as we call it, or whether you're able to offer some community some customer service. There's individuals out there all day every day that are looking for people to help them in their businesses. Maybe it's part-time, maybe you already have a full-time job and you're looking for a second gig to make some things happen. Whatever your talents are, just think about how you can utilize them to help you make money. And some of you are great cooks. There are so many people out here right now looking for people to do meal prep and things of that sort. And you might possibly be able to offer those services to them and make some money on the side. But when you make that money on the side, I'm going to talk to you about saving in a minute, but you're going to utilize those skills to actually make more money, but you're going to use that to save and invest. But first, you got to earn more. You've got to make more. And so we'll talk about some of the other components of that. Then you're going to be looking for viable businesses or income streams that can come from those things. It could be anything from freelancing, as I stated, to even creating an online course. And online courses, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, are making a lot of money for individuals. And it could just be that you're charging $10 per person. But if you have 100 people paying $10 a week for a course that you've created on Udemy, that's one of the sites that we utilize. You can do that and bring in some extra income. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is critically important that we pay attention to the earning law. We've got to reach within and figure out what we can do to actually generate some more income. And always going to get a second or third or fourth job is not the answer, even though we have a lot of people in our community that are doing 3 and 4 jobs. We need to really dig deep and start to think about some things that we can do to generate extra money. Once you've identified your path, the next step is taking action. And that's something that we don't do well in our community is take action. We sit on things and we think about it, we pray on it. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with praying on it, but right now we are in a situation where we need to get going. We need to take action and putting in the work to see the results. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in manifestation, but I also believe that you've got to work towards the things that are being manifested. And so as I am working towards some of my dreams and some of my goals, I've got to put the work in. I've got to show up to meetings. I've got to go and collaborate with individuals. I've got to go to networking events. I've got to take my plan, put it in action to see those results happen. You need to really apply yourself consistently. And when I say apply yourself consistently as an entrepreneur myself, what I do is I take everything in like I have a job. If I'm supposed to be working from 9 to 5, well, I'm working in my business from 9 to 5. I sit down, I have my lunch breaks. I try to put together a schedule that ensures that I'm doing the things that I need to be doing at the time I need to be doing it. That is how you're going to create a new income, but become sustainable. and this income becomes sustainable over time. By following the earning law, you can actually take control of your financial future and make money doing something that you actually love. And I have a quote that I say all the time. I didn't make it up. I heard somebody else say it. If you're doing something that you love, you never work one day in your life. And I literally live by that and stand by that because I feel like it is so true. So don't wait, ladies and gentlemen. Start tapping into your potential today. Put this powerful law into practice. And I have to say, you are going to earn as much as you put in because I know you have it in you. And so we're going to utilize some of the monies that you are earning with this earning law to actually put into your savings. And so when we get to that savings law, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And then next up, we are talking about the savings law. Now, this savings law is important, ladies and gentlemen, because saving is the game. That is what we are doing right now. We're playing a game of chess. I've talked about that before, and it's a money winning move. With this law of saving, you can hack your financial future. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the middle of a hack. If you know what a hacker is, they get inside of a computer or they get inside of a bank account or they get inside of something and they actually extract what it is they're looking for. And we are extracting some money for our financial future from ourselves. And that may mean bringing and stacking cash, bringing and stacking Satoshis, and it's going to move you closer than you've ever been to your financial future. And this really starts with understanding the basics, saving a percentage of your income. And I know that Lynn Richardson has talked about how much of your income you need to be living on and saving on. And I'm not here to dispute that or agree with that. I think that each individual has the amount in their head that they need to be saving and spending, using that they need to be bringing in, but how much of that are you actually saving? And this is not rocket scientists. It's simple math, but you need to really start to change your attitude about how much you're actually spending as opposed to how much you're actually saving. And I submit to each and every one of you listening that today, in today's climate, we need to be saving way more than we are spending. I would venture to say that at least 70% of our income right now should be utilized in the savings bracket. Now, inside of that savings does come some investing, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but you need to pay yourself. And I am not trying to pay myself 10% anymore. You know, you give your religious organization 10% in tithes and offering. And we used to come with the mindset that we need to be saving 10%. But ladies and gentlemen, in times such as this, we need to save more money than we've ever saved. And so I'm looking at saving 70%. And again, inside of that savings is investing. And then the rest of it, we're living on and we're doing some other things that we need to be doing. But we need to take control of our money right now with this law of saving. You will not regret having put a little extra away for when life throws you these curveballs. And I get curveballs, unfortunately, way too much right now because we are trying to build something, not just for ourselves and our family, but for our community. And we know that that's playing a part in the curveballs that come our way. But we've got to play smart and we've got to make sure that we're ahead of the game. So start saving today and watch your financial dreams build to become reality. It is not get rich quick. It's not going to happen overnight. We got to think of this like we think of these 401ks. We got to put in a little bit every single week in hopes that when it's time for us to retire, we have what we need. Take that take that mindset and move it into this new space that we're in right now. We've got to put away a little bit every single day, every single week, every single month to ensure that when it's time for us to retire, that we're going to be in a good space. And I absolutely know that you can do it because you work hard for your money, ladies and gentlemen. I understand that. So why not get it to work for you? Far too long, we've been getting our money, we've been putting it in the bank. They give us absolutely nothing in return. And I don't even understand how people think that they're going to retire on that. Maybe they just are banking on the fact that it's going to be there forever and they'll have that store of value when they need it. But again, the tides are changing. Things are changing. We've got to really look at this objectively, and we've got to start to see different things that we can do. And so, with this law of savings, you can make sure that every penny that you put towards your retirement actually counts, building a better future for yourself. And so when we hear build back better, we need to build back better in our households. I don't even care what else they're talking about. Specifically, our community and our households need to build back better. And we've got to do it with saving right now when it actually matters. When you save, you create security, you create stability in your life. And that has all to do with your health, ladies and gentlemen. Stress about money is a silent killer. It causes tension, it causes hypertension, it causes all sorts of things to happen when you don't have the money you need in your life that creates that security and stability that you need to feel. It's like having an insurance policy but with a lot more rewards, because insurance policies, for the most part, the ones that we tend to hold are for our heirs. When something happens to us, we pass down that money. But what about in retirement years? And that is why there's some insurance policies that create some money residuals for when you are alive. And I'm not here to talk about those, but saving in different type of ways will definitely make sure that when you're in your older years, you have some security again and stability. Plus, it takes no time or effort at all to set aside a piece of that paycheck. Just set aside a piece of that paycheck. Some of you are doing the $6 a day along with me as we buy $6 worth of Satoshis. You will see the fruits of your labor. It takes but a second to hit the continue button and $6 worth of Satoshis and then continue again, and done. That $6 is put aside for you for your future. And so remember, the earlier you start saving, the further ahead you'll be down the line. A lot of us feel like we're too old to start saving because we're too close to retirement. That is the furthest from the truth I have ever heard. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not feel like you're too old to start saving right now. So don't wait for another second. Start thinking about what money you can put away right now to let the law of savings take care of the rest. You will absolutely be glad that you did exactly that. Life is about more than just spending. Life is about investing in yourself, investing in your future, ladies and gentlemen. You can absolutely do this and you can make it happen. Make sure you're set up for success by taking charge with the law of savings. Now, that's a call for us all to have smart money. And that smart money can be Bitcoin. That smart money can be gold. That smart money can be silver. That smart money can be a lot of different things. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And right now, if you have your money sitting idly in the bank, all your money is in one basket. And I am going to continue to tell you that that basket is having some background challenges, and you need to figure out where or what you need to do to have some money liquid, at least $500 in your possession in the event that anything happens with the current bank that you're dealing with. And you need to find out or figure out how to diversify that portfolio so you're never in a situation when you don't have access to your own money. The next law that I want to talk to you all about is the law of spending. And this is one that I'm always having a pet peeve with our community about. I'm tired of us being the number one consumers in this United States. The law of spending is all about managing your finances and enjoying the things you spend your money on. You absolutely should enjoy the things that you spend your money on, but it's essential for us to realize that we need to curtail our spending to maintain financial stability. So if you want to stay out of debt and have more money, to do the things that you need to do in the future, not necessarily those new kicks today or a night out with your friends, make sure you follow this new rule. When it comes to making transactions, you must realize that you need to benefit just as much as the person or entity that you're buying things from. And so when I walk into a store right now, I've switched my mindset and I've started thinking about I'm going to benefit from having this beautiful pair of shoes. Let's just say it's a pair of shoes. But Nordstrom's is also benefiting tremendously from my buying this shoe. So maybe what I should do is go and buy a cheaper pair of shoes that are similar so that I can actually benefit more by having more money in my bank account and not giving so much of this to an organization that doesn't give back to my community. And so everything that I buy now, I am more intentional about those things. I shop at Costco's. You know why? Because I can call Costco as a nonprofit organization and get that nonprofit organization to actually that organization to actually give me something towards what I need for my community. And so I shop with them. I actually really try to go out of my way to patronize those organizations that are patronizing and helping our community as much as possible. It's important that we do this. Do not be too impulsive, ladies and gentlemen. Understanding what your money is worth and what you are worth to this economy is really important, not just in terms of what it can physically do for you, but also what it can do for you emotionally, what we can do for our communities emotionally. Buyers need to be aware that what they're getting for their money, and again, what those organizations can ultimately do for our community. And that's kind of how I spend now. I wasn't always that way. I would go into any store and patronize anybody, but it's important that we start to just really patronize those people that patronize us. When we come forward, we are going to talk about the law of investing. After news, sports, and traffic, we will get into that law. This is KBLA Talk 1580. right, welcome forward, welcome forward. We are getting into those laws, and that last law that we have is the law of investing. We've been over the law of earning, we've been over the law of spending, and we've been over the law of saving. But this new law, or this last law, the investing law, investing isn't just about money, ladies and gentlemen. It's also about time and knowledge, which you're getting right now. When you invest your capital, you're essentially committing to make a bet that the asset that you choose has more potential than other forms of income producing investments out there. That means doing your research is critically important, crunching some numbers and making sure that all risk factors add up in your favor. And so, as it relates to cryptocurrency, I have told you always that all coins are not created equal. Some coins are more volatile than others. Some coins have been created to play with your money, to take your money. And so you've got to do your due diligence. There is no way that you should be getting around researching the different cryptocurrencies that you get involved in. I talk a lot about Bitcoin. So you can learn a lot about Bitcoin through me. However, you need to do your research. You need to get in and really figure out what other people are saying about Bitcoin that understand the actual technology. And not necessarily your CNBCs and some of those individual companies do now have people that understand Bitcoin in its totality. But you've got to do your due diligence. Again, you can go to CoinMarketCap and look at any of those cryptocurrencies, crunching some numbers. I'm going to show you all at the end of the month by crunching numbers of what it actually looks like to invest $6 worth of Satoshis a day for an entire year. I'm going to show you how much money I put towards buying satoshis. I'm going to tell you what the value of that is in its totality, and then I'm going to tell you the value of what it is in Bitcoin now that a year has passed, and you'll be able to gauge that, and you'll be able to see exactly how this will benefit you in the very, very near future. And so crunching numbers is really important. It helps you really understand where you are. And of course, making sure that the risk factors are a little bit less. And that's what dollar cost averaging does. It allows you to actually mitigate some of the risk, not all of the risk, but some of the risk. And it helps you to make sure that you're buying one in good times and in bad times. And all these factors add up in your favor. So if you don't know what you're actually doing, don't put your money on the line. If you don't know who is behind these different cryptocurrencies, if you don't know if that's the right gold you should be buying, the right type of gold, don't buy it. Do your research first. It is really important. I tell people all the time, we don't have time to lose money. There is no time for losing money, ladies and gentlemen. Don't put your trust in individuals. Do not put your trust in anything until you have vetted it and feel like you are really certain that what you were doing makes sense for you and your family. And so that's the point that I had to come to as a recovering coinaholic in this cryptocurrency space. I had to really take a step back and say, hey, do I really believe in these people? And I told you all last week, every time I look at Vitalik Buterin, the individual that's over Ethereum, I have to say to myself, do I want to put my family's future in his hands? And I got to look at him 2 or 3 times. And the answer to that is no. And that is because it is a centralized system, in my opinion, no matter what anybody says. And so you've got to really pay attention to what it is you're investing in. And yes, you're gambling in the cryptocurrency space. You're gambling in the stock market space. You're gambling in the commodity space. Everything that we're doing, we again are betting that the asset that we choose is potentially better or a better form of income producing investments than anything else that's out there. So, of course, investing doesn't always have to be a gamble. We know that. But I really honestly can't think of anything besides an insurance policy that is not leading you to gamble. But again, we don't even know how insurance policies are going to turn out just based on all the crazy things that have been happening in our world. But that's one of the surest things that I do know. It is sure that unfortunately we all must leave here, and that insurance policy should pay out what it was told, what was told to you that would be paid out, and not a dime more or a penny more, because they're just not going to do that. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, with this law of investing, you can use it as an opportunity to diversify and spread out your financial risks and your rewards across different types of investments with different types and expectation of returns. This allows for more potential growth over time, helping you make the most of your capital and maybe even gain some extra cash in the process. And that is what I plan on showing you at the end of the month, how you can gain some extra capital in the process. Ultimately, following the law of investment comes down to understanding what kind of investments are available out there right now in this particular climate and how they may fit into your financial goals. Whether you're looking for steady income, some of us are looking for 7 to 9 streams of income. You got to have streams of income. One stream of income is not going to cut it for what we're about to deal with in this United States, or something that can yield big payouts over time. And I want to really stop there, because you hear the word yield and you're in the cryptocurrency space. There are a lot of companies out here right now that are going to be trying to get you to earn some yield. That means giving them your cryptocurrency or Bitcoin for big payouts over time. I don't buy into that. And I'm going to tell you why I don't buy into that, because you can get some big yields and at the end of the day have zero, because of the fact that you've given your Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to somebody that has folded or taken it and ran. And so I've seen it over and over again. And all those people that were arguing with me that I need to be getting 8% on my Bitcoin and their Bitcoin is in Celsius have zero today, because I decided to be the tortoise instead of the hare and trying to get something quickly and just get out of the way. I am doing this slow and steady. So it's important, again, for you to do your research, understand all the risks involved with trying to get yield and all of those things, and use some common sense when making decisions about where to put your money. Only then will you be able to truly benefit from the laws of wealth and these 4 laws that I have given you. And to each and every one of you, I am here for you. I am willing to assist as much as I can to ensure that you and your family are able to really live healthy, wealthy, and sustainable. It's about sustainability. It's not about, again, just getting rich quick. It's about sustainability. How does that work? So the 4 laws of winning financially have been laid out for you. Again, I'm here for you. I'm not saying it all needs to be in cryptocurrency, but it definitely, all of these steps need to be taken immediately to ensure that your future looks better than what other people's future looks like coming forward that are doing absolutely nothing to try to incorporate these laws in their daily life. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, when we come forward, we've got a lot to talk about. This is KBLA Talk 1580. right, welcome forward. Welcome forward. We are going to jump into our market update. And today, Bitcoin is trading at $24,987. It is up in the last hour, 0.89%. In the last 24 hours, it's up 1.97%. In the last 7 days, it's up 19.64%. Ethereum, green as well, up $1,600.81. It is up 1.19%. It is also up in the last 24 hours, 1.49%. In the last 24 hours, it's up 1.4%. In the last 7 days, it's up 12.64%. And as I look at all the other cryptocurrencies, just as I always tell you, they're all green because they're all following the leader. So we are going to have the leader and not follow the leader, or I'm going to have the leader and not follow the leader. To each his own. I don't know what it is you seek to do in this cryptocurrency space. I am going to go with the great grandfather of all cryptocurrencies, and that's Bitcoin. And I'm super excited about that. I'm also looking at how the market cap, ladies and gentlemen, of $1 trillion is inching its way closer to $1.1 trillion. And that means money is constantly coming into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And I'm a little bit excited about that. And why am I excited about that, ladies and gentlemen? Because of the fact that that means people are waking up to really understand what is happening with all of the banks and things of that sort. And I spent the morning, I'm just going to say this because I'm not going to go into any cryptocurrency stories today, because I want to just really share with you factual. What I did find out was that they are selling Signature Bank. And in the Signature Bank selling stipulations, they are saying that whoever buys Signature Bank specifically has to totally stop cryptocurrency services, stop business with all cryptocurrency companies. Ladies and gentlemen, my theory is correct. They're trying to cut the cryptocurrency community out of the equation. They cannot stop it, so they're going to cut it off at the knees. And this closing down of Signature Bank by regulators was, as I thought, by choice, but they're also selling it and stating that anyone who comes in and buys it cannot continue with the cryptocurrency activity. So I spent some time today really reaching out to some of the banks that I am seeing other cryptocurrency companies going to. And surprisingly, there are some cryptocurrency companies or banks that are popping their heads up that want cryptocurrency business. I think that the Federal Reserve Bank has told bankers and banks that they shouldn't be involved in cryptocurrency, as we know. And I think that they're starting to say, okay, well, if you're still going to do or utilize cryptocurrency or allow cryptocurrency companies, companies to actually bank with you, then we're going to cut you off at the knees. And I think that that's what's happening. And so it's going to be interesting to see moving forward what happens with Signature Bank. That's going to be a telltale sign to the fact that we all are are going to be looking for on-ramps to take our fiat off of the regular banking system into the cryptocurrency situation. So when we come forward, we will continue the conversation. This is KBLA Talk 1580. right, and welcome forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite time where we get into our daily dollar cost average. But before we do, I want to say to all of you that are in Chicago, I'll be there this weekend for Limitless for Women. We are also we're there. I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to be letting everybody know about this new cryptocurrency space and what they need to be doing to better themselves because this is a limitless opportunity. I'm so excited about it. But we are also going to be hosting our Ledger and Me 123 next month in April, along with our Crypto Essentials next month. And I'm also at the end of this month going to have something, ladies and gentlemen, where we are going to actually be able to delve a little bit deeper into the actual things that you need to be investing in. So when I say gold, we're going to break down the different types of gold and what is better for what it is we're trying to accomplish. We're going to look into Bitcoin. We're going to look at how the price of Bitcoin is going to go up or down and what we anticipate the future to look like. So we're going to do all of these things, ladies and gentlemen, and I am so excited about you being able to be a part of that with me. And we're also planning for the DFR tour. So you can always go to the dfrtour.com and you can actually see what we're doing for the Digital Financial Revolution tour. We are ensuring, ladies and gentlemen, that we are on the right path in our community to make sure that our future looks a lot better than our past. And so with that, we are going to do our daily dollar cost average as we do all the time on our Black Wall Street wallet. Please take out your Black Wall Street wallet. If you have not done so, you can download it from your app store. And we are going to click on continue. And right there on continue, which is the purple circle in the middle with the two arrows, we are going to click on buy an asset. That asset is Satoshis. Satoshis is the smallest increment of a Bitcoin, just like a penny is the smallest increment of the dollar. And we are going to hit continue. I'm going to put it in my KBLA Talk 1580 wallet. $6 worth of Satoshis today. A DCA a day keeps poverty away. And we are going to do that. And voila, I have purchased $6 worth of Satoshis. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all it takes if you want to start utilizing the law of saving. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about you. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening in today with me. I am your host, Najah Roberts, and I want to thank you for rocking with me on Ahead of the Crypto Curve. And we are making way right now for the DL Hughley Show, so please do not touch that dial. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here. I am excited because we are creating Satoshi millionaires. That means you hold 1 million Satoshis, which right now is right around $2,250. So if you pass that, you are already a Satoshi millionaire. But we are creating Satoshi millionaires from individuals that just want to start small and then have something later on in life to be able to look back and feel like, they did the right thing. So we're creating Satoshi millionaires, one family at a time, one day at a time, one Bitcoin at a time, one Satoshi at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, that means you.
You're listening to Najah Roberts on Ahead of the Crypto Curve. Please follow her on all social media platforms at Najah Roberts. No underscores, no dots, no numbers, just Najah Roberts. Let's close the wealth gap. It's our turn. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Learn or get left behind. Create your own economy. Let's get ahead of the crypto curve.